Hey guys, it's Matt here from Gamersphere, and today we are here with the GS Quickcast, and this is going to be a new series that we're doing, not necessarily all too formally or too often, but every once in a while we're going to get a Quickcast, just a quick little podcast that maybe asks you a question, maybe tells you something that's on our mind, just something for you to quickly listen to as you go about your day. And today we're talking about the day that will make your wallet cry. This is the day that is both Christmas and a funeral for any gamer. This is the day where you are incredibly happy, but your wallet is not. I'm talking about November 18th. Guys, I don't know if you realize, but November 18th is like the biggest launch day of the year, if not one of the biggest of our decades. It's actually kind of mind-blowing just how many titles come out on the 18th. For example, let's start off with Grand Theft Auto 5. It re-releases for the Xbox One and PS4 on the 18th. And of course, GTA 5 was the title that went to $1 billion sold in just a couple of days, smashing any other record by any other movie or game out there. Incredible sales, so expect to see that do very well on the new gen consoles. Dragon Age Inquisition, the third entry to the Dragon Age series, launches on both PS4, Xbox One, plus the 360 and PS3 on the 18th as well. That's, again, a very large release, especially for RPGs. We haven't had a whole ton of major RPGs aside from Shadow of Mordor that have come out. Speaking of which, Shadow of Mordor also launches that day for the 360 and PS3. The last gen had been, I guess, delayed for a little bit, so that'll also be coming out November 18th. And expect that to sell well also, considering there's been building a lot of hype from the new gen release of this game. Lots of people have been talking about it, so expect the people who haven't upgraded to new gen consoles yet, expect them to make a lot of purchases for Shadow of Mordor and for Dragon Age that day. We also have Far Cry 4 from Ubisoft, launching on PS4, Xbox One, 360, PS3, and PC. I forgot. Same for Inquisition. Dragon Age also comes out on PC. Forgot about that. But Far Cry 4, again, you've got a huge game from a huge company. Ubisoft's been having one heck of a year in 2014. But again, Far Cry 4, that's the sequel to Blockbuster from a couple years ago. Expect this to do very well. This is a very much anticipated game. People are going to be buying this up left and right. Little Big Planet 3 comes out for the PS4 and I believe the PS3 as well on November 18th. You may not realize just how big of a game this is, but let's put this into perspective. From Little Big Planet 1 and 2 combined, over 9 million user-created levels have been made. That was just confirmed earlier this week, and that's an astounding number. That's a very, very large number. So, again, expect this to be quite a good installment for the PS4 for the new gen systems. WWE 2K15 comes out the 18th for PS4, Xbox One, 360, and PS3. I'm not really sure if you can necessarily call that a sports game, but I guess, I don't know. It is what it is, and for wrestling fans, they're going to enjoy it. Project Cars for the PS4 and Xbox One. This is a true new gen racer. This is probably one of the first, if not the first major new gen only racer. I mean, we've had Drive Club, or should I say cross-platform new gen racer, because we've had Drive Club, we've had Forza Horizon, but those were exclusives. This is really one of the first major ones that we've had cross-platform. Again, expect that to do well, especially considering that Project Cars will be having Project Morpheus support for the PlayStation VR virtual reality. So be watching for that. We have an odd little game thrown in here. Hatsune Miku Project Diva F the Second for PS3 and Vita. That releases on November 18th. I don't really know what to say about this one. This is a kind of weird one, but if you put it this way, think of it as SingStar for fans of Japanese anime, of which there are plenty, not only here but also in Japan, of course, as well. So be sure that this will have its own niche audience, and it's going to probably do very well. Watch Dogs for the Wii U also launches the 18th. Again, that's pretty big for Wii U fans if they haven't been able to play it on other consoles yet. Escape Dead Island for November 18th as well for the 360 and PS3. This is the what the older systems get instead of Escape Dead Island 2. So, I mean, that's a pretty major title as well. Then there are a handful of smaller titles that probably haven't been given much press. MXGP 14 Official Motocross, Rabbids Invasion, also from Ubisoft. Wow, that's a heck of a launch day for Ubisoft. That's 3 games. Adventure Time, The Secrets of the Nameless Kingdom for the 3DS, the Monopoly Fun Pack for the new gen systems, and oddly enough, the Nyko Intercooler for the Xbox One. But when you add all that up, you've got just so many big titles launching. And when you think about it, it's a lot of different titles, right? You've got racing, sports, zombie, futuristic. You've got shooters, RPGs, open worlds, linear events, mobile releases, console releases, old systems, new systems. You've got something for nearly everyone here. And it's really incredible to see the sheer number of major launches that'll be happening that day. And so it leads me to our question for this GS Quickcast. What do you think of this? I mean, as a consumer, no doubt there's a good chance you've got your eye on more than one game this November 18th launch day. It's kind of overwhelming because personally, I'm looking at purchasing maybe Little Big Planet 3. I definitely want Inquisition. I may be interested in Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, and if you really want to look at the rest of the week, that Friday, 4 days later, Smash Bros. For the Wii U comes out with all the amiibo packs. I mean, so that week is just huge. There's no way I'm going to be able to afford $200 worth of games. It's just not going to happen in one launch day. And when you think about it, there's a lot of cross interests here. I'm interested in many different things, and I'm sure you are as well. Are you going to be able to buy them all? And if you don't buy them all, or I mean, if you can buy them all, let's say you've been pre-ordering as time goes by, and then now that's all just kind of culminated. That's great. How are you going to play them? I mean, as it is, Inquisition is going to have 200 hours worth of content. How on earth are you going to be able to play that and another game within a good time frame for launch? And think about for game reviewers. This is a dozen high-profile launches that they've got to cover in one day. That's going to be terrifying for them, not just for having to play them, but for having to review them, having to put the reviews online and make sure they get the proper coverage that they need. It's absurd. All the way around. That's why I'm saying it's Christmas, but it's a funeral. Many of these games have potential. Many of these games on any other day of the year would sell admirably. They'd sell very, very well, but with this many launching in one day, making such a crowded launch window, is every game here going to have the opportunity to succeed that they otherwise would if they launched even a week later, right? Or a week earlier? How will their sales compare, and what are you going to be doing about it? So that's what I'd like to ask you today. Which games are you interested that'll be launching that day, November 18th? And which games are you going to have to pass up simply because there's too many that are coming out at once? So I'd love to have your input on this, and stay tuned for when we'll be having our next GS Quickcast, where we bring you a quick topic or discussion in a pretty short period of time so you can keep about your day. So thank you for joining us. Be sure to comment below with what you're going to be picking up and what you'll be leaving behind this incredible launch day of November 18th. This is Matt from Gamersphere signing off, and I'll see you guys next time.